Hey, how's it going? This is my contest entry to Mr. Joel 450's contest, obviously. He's been one of my favorite YouTubers. Been a good pal to me and my channel, and he wants to know what are our 5 favorite / essential criterions, and obviously. There's a lot of great criterions that are out there that I don't have. My collection's nothing compared to his. I only have about anywhere between 50 to 60 of them. It will get more come July though. But start off with one that just had to make the list. 7 Samurai. I don't think I need to talk about this one. And next one of my favorite films in the entire Criterion collection, Fritz Lang's masterpiece, M. This film laid the blueprint for the serial killer genre. It's a real masterpiece. Peter Lorre is unbelievable as a serial killer killing little children in Germany. It's kind of like an early film noir. Like, it's not really considered a film noir, but you'd have a hard time convincing me that this is not film noir. It has all the elements. It's such a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite films in terms of sets and film. Another personal favorite, in my opinion, this next one is one of the best films of the last 50 years. And that's the Battle of Algiers. I made an entire video on this. It has just absolutely loaded with special features. I mean, 2 entire discs worth of features on the film and the events the film was portraying. Absolute masterpiece. Must see it. Must own it. This is a must-own Criterion. All that this is missing is an audio commentary. If it had an audio commentary, then it would be all you could ask for from Criterion. By the way, they're releasing it on Blu-ray soon. I don't know if I mean, I'm just so happy with this one that I don't know if I should just sell it or something like that. But I'm just so happy with it. I think I'll just stick with it. Next one, Bicycle Thieves. Not one that I watch very often because it's one of the most depressing films ever made, in my opinion. I mean, this is like you take a Bergman film and you turn it up to 11. That's Bicycle Thieves. That's how depressing this film is, but it's also one of the best films ever made. About in post-World War II Italy, a man with is lucky enough to get a job when they're hard to come by, putting posters and billboards on walls, but he needs his bike for transportation, and it gets stolen on his first day of the job, and the whole entire film is him and his son trying to get his bike back, because without his bike he can't work, and he's going to be masterpiece, absolute masterpiece, one of the best films of the Italian neorealism period. This next one is one that, The Wages of Fear. This is, I think, my favorite Blu-ray. Paris, Texas, I think, is the best looking Blu-ray in my collection, but I like Wages of Fear way more than Paris, Texas. This is one of the most suspenseful films ever made, in my opinion. Absolute masterpiece by Henry George Clouzot. This is absolutely beautiful transfer. It's in black and white. I'm not saying that like, oh, black and white. I actually prefer films in black and white, but I don't have many black and white Criterions. I mean, Blu-rays. And this is probably the best looking black and white Blu-ray I've ever seen. Uh, you can really get all the details of it had it included Blu-ray. Next one is I think this one's going to be on. By the way, that was 5. I decided to do another 5. I was just for the hell of it. This one's probably on a lot of people's list. It's The Seventh Seal. This is a masterpiece by Ingmar Bergman. This is without a doubt one of his best films. It's probably the one I watched the most. I think this just barely edged out. Well, there's another Bergman film in here, so I won't give it away. But it has so many great scenes in it. I don't even think I have to talk about it. Seventh Seal. Also, it has Bergman Island, which is a Criterion all its own, so it's like you get 2 for the price of 1. This next one, I thought it was fitting to include this one since Mr. Joel 450 turned me on to this film. It's The Exterminating Angel by Louis Buñuel. A great satire of the rich class, the wealthy, who are at a dinner party, and they overstay their welcome and they get stuck in a room. I mean, all the doors are open and stuff like that. There's nothing keeping them in there, but they just can't leave, and they spend days on end stuck in this one room. Very claustrophobic film. It's a great masterpiece by Buñuel. It's kind of got hints of macabre type of humor in it. It's a great satire on how these people are so used to getting everything that when something goes awry, they're kind of like, great film. It's one that's definitely improved with age. I think this is one I've been watching more than any other Criterion of late. By the way, I spotted a boom mic in this one scene where the waiters are in the kitchen. I noticed that there's a boom mic like towards the bottom of the screen, and it's not one that just barely penetrates the bottom of the screen. I mean, it's full out in the line of sight. I've never noticed that, but I've been watching that a lot lately. I've noticed that recently. Next one, a lot of people's first Criterions. This was, I think, number 2 or 3 in my collection. Brazil. Don't need to get the 3-disc set. This is the only version to see. Great Orwellian type of film. I mean, you can't watch this and not be reminded of 1984, but this is one of the most visual films out there. I mean, there's something to notice everywhere. It's got so many great moments that I quote endlessly. Everyone who knows me knows that I quote this film all the time or make references to it. It's one of my favorite films in the collection. I watched this. I've probably watched Brazil more than any other Criterion, so I had to include it. This next one, another Bergman film, and this one just barely edged out Cries and Whispers. Through a Glass Darkly, a film about a family, a woman, her husband, brother, and father go vacationing on an island. And by the way, this is from a box set. It's from the film trilogy by Ingmar Bergman. But anyway, they go vacationing on an island, and the woman has schizophrenia, which is pretty much under control until she discovers that her father, who's a writer, has been using her schizophrenia as material for his novel, and it sets it off, and the schizophrenia becomes worse than ever. It's filled with some of the best performances on screen. Harriet Anderson is absolutely amazing in this film. I could have included the entire box set, but Winter's Light is great, The Silence is great, but Through a Glass Darkly is the best of the three, in my opinion. So next one, it's been on my mind lately. I guess I kind of included it because I feel like watching it. I've been contemplating getting the 4-disc box set next Barnes & Noble sale, but it's The Last Emperor, one of my favorite biopics of all time. Absolutely beautiful film. You just kind of have to see it. You don't have to know much about Chinese history to really enjoy this film. You can go into this film with absolutely no knowledge of it, and if this film doesn't get you into Chinese history, nothing will. This is absolutely amazing film. Check it out if you haven't already. So thanks for watching, and thanks for making this contest.